So I know it's kind of dark, but it's gonna be a crazy weekend. And I posted on Facebook that the Beatty adventure was continuing and everyone's been a little anxious, so I figured I would post. Anyway, while I had a few minutes of peace in the van, I'm actually on my way to do a pure romance party, and I figured I would take a couple minutes and post a little video. As most of you know, we were served by the county for violation with our property. So we had a meeting with the county this week on Wednesday with the head of a couple of different departments to try and figure out what exactly we needed to do with the yurt and with the property to bring us into compliance. And it was rough. It was kind of worst case scenarios were thrown at us. Basically the gist of it, and there's a whole lot of it, and I don't really want to get into all of it with everybody. And if you are interested in doing kind of the life we're living, I'd be happy to share more details with you about kind of what we did wrong and what we would do if we did it again, and kind of what we're doing to repair the situation in depth. But in general, the problem is that yurts are very alternative as structures, and the man doesn't quite know what to do with them, and we don't really fit in any of the holes that are available. That was the hard part with Wednesday's meeting, was trying to navigate through what is okay and what isn't okay and how we can figure out how to do that. And it was a very black and white meeting, and we're in a big shade of gray. My guardian angel at the county has saved my sanity, and she has been doing an amazing job of helping me navigate the legalities of what's going on currently, and I don't know what I would do without her. Wednesday was very difficult. I walked away from that meeting feeling very hopeless, and TJ and I both feeling like we were just going to give up. And part of the hopelessness and part of the frustration that we're currently going through is that, you know, we are jumping through these hoops for the county, and we still have an HOA. So we can jump through all of these hoops for the for the county, and then we don't quite really know what the HOA might throw at us next. And the whole point of this whole endeavor was to feel free and to have a sense of freedom. And we really only had that for a very short amount of time before it's been very scary. Very, very, very scary. And that's kind of been the hardest part for me, is having this foreboding sense of fear over something that I felt so righteous in doing, and really feeling like I really was doing the right thing. And I think that going to talk to the county and going to talk to people and just being very genuine and being very open and explaining, you know, and letting them explain their side, and just kind of continuing to listen and explain our side of just saying, you know, we really didn't intend in any way to be sneaky or do anything wrong. We really genuinely thought we were doing the right thing and making this temporary structure, and now we are trying to figure out how to make that work. Wednesday was very difficult. Thursday, we started looking at alternative options, and kind of owning that this might be just a stepping stone in our adventures. And last night I spoke to my little guardian angel, and she kind of talked me through some things, and today I went back into the county and spoke to another woman who is on, I've kind of dubbed it in the county office, Team Beatty. And I have a few women on our team at this point in a couple of different departments, and God bless them all for doing an amazing job of thinking outside the box. I mean, if you know me at all, and if you're part of my life at all, you know that I definitely do have a tendency to make people kind of think outside the norm. And I'm definitely doing that to folks in the county offices. So we've got a few women on a few different departments that are helping me think outside their boxes, and we now have some people on our team fighting to help us get the time we need to figure out the plan for our homestead, and not feeling as though we're going to be kicked off of it any day. There's no bulldozer coming to take down the yurt. There is nobody coming to peg up a notice of eviction. Today was an unbelievably amazing day. It was a really big 180 from the conversations we had on Wednesday to a really helpful, heartfelt, genuine conversation of feeling like there was some mutual understanding, and that this wonderful woman is on our team, in that she's going to help us figure out how to navigate what they need and what we need and how to make that happen. We are going to be in the yurt. We are going to be on our property safely, and we are going to be deciding if we are going to start building in the next little while on the property, or if we are going to decide to sell it and move where there is no HOA. Kind of the next big phase of the Beatty family adventure is going to be building like a real house with like architects and all that stuff, which is all new to us. And that's not going to be for a few months, because being real honest, we could use a bit of a break. In really good news, our little solar system with a couple panels and a couple batteries is now functioning. So I've got power at night without the generator for quite a few hours at a time, which is pretty great. It has been a very, very intense roller coaster this week. I am emotionally exhausted, but I'm in a much happier, safer place than I have been with the property and with the yurt today than I have been for the last few months, and that's a really awesome feeling. It's really hard when it comes to social media not to just kind of put all the positive stuff out there, to really get genuine when the negative stuff happens and share that part too. And you know, the hardest thing about living alternatively is that sometimes it gets really scary and really hard, and that is what we've been going through, is how scary it can be. You know, we're raising little kids and the county's involved, and they can do some pretty terrible stuff if they don't agree with what you're doing. So today was really good to have a really honest and open dialogue with somebody who is very caring and very understanding of what we're going through and genuinely wants to help us. So if you're watching this, thank you. You don't know how much you're impacting our life. And if you are involved in any form of anybody's life and you can think outside your own structure and help somebody just by doing something maybe a little differently, not wrong, but just differently than you normally do, do it. You don't know how much it can help somebody or change somebody's day or change somebody's life. I have a tattoo on my arm that I read every single day that says, "No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted." And that's something that, especially in our current situation, is huge, huge. It may not seem like a big deal to some people to just take a little extra time, figure out an extra piece of paper, help us handle a situation a little differently. But to us, it's the whole world. So thank you. Today was a much brighter day. Tomorrow is going to be an even brighter day. I get to wake up in my home. I get to take care of my kids. And I get to go party with some really great women. So, besides, I mean, come on guys. I look great. Life's good. Do you see how big my pomp is right now? It's for real. Like legit. Anyway. I love all of you. I hope this new year for you has not been quite as drastic as ours has been. I genuinely feel like there was a whole lot that went on in this last year, and it wasn't really quite completed. So I'm hoping that this is going to help complete the cycle, and we can now start moving fresh forward. So the positivity is going to continue, and we are going to have a great day. We are going to have a great 2018. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and talk soon. I love you.